Freedom Challenge Day 3. So this 5-day challenge is for you if you're struggling with going from one diet to the next. You want a freeing relationship with food, sustained health, and sustained weight loss. You want to discover a new way, a healthy way to go about it. So if that's you, this is for you. So for day 3 of our challenge, we're going to talk about something you've been asking me, and this is GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, those things. So those drugs work by mimicking a natural hormone to increase our insulin, slow digestion, reduce our appetite, and therefore lose weight, help us lose weight. But let's start with the facts about those injections. And the facts are that Novo Nordisk, so the company that manufactures Ozempic, it's facing a $2 billion lawsuit. Why? And I'm reading this because people are experiencing gastroparesis, so stomach paralysis, vision loss, just unacceptable, gallbladder problems, pancreatitis. People had their health ruined. So a $2 billion lawsuit. And the lawsuit is really about the company promoting the drug for weight loss without adequate warnings. And this is an FDA-approved drug. So this drug was supposedly created to help people with type 2 diabetes, as if type 2 diabetes is an incurable condition that we need injections for. But of course, it's been promoted constantly as a miracle drug for weight loss. Is it a miracle drug if it's ruining your health? And I saw some people online saying that, oh, it doesn't matter because a few thousands of people experienced those side effects, but this is a miracle drug for millions. No, a few thousands people filed a lawsuit, but there are so many more who experience those side effects on a daily basis. So it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And maybe you'll tell me, yes, Nasya, but maybe it's worth the risk. So I can be thin, so I can be healthy. Okay. So those drugs do not promote health. They cause nausea. They cause us to feel bad. And of course, what about weight loss? Well, the moment you stop those injections, what happens? The food noise comes back. Your habits come back. And as a result of this, the weight also comes back. So after you stop the injections, you have to use what? Your willpower. You have to use your willpower to suppress your cravings, to stay in a routine. So you're in the same place where you started from. That's why so many people, after they stop the injections, they gain all the weight back and more. I cannot tell you how many stories I've heard from our members, from our community who used those injections, and the moment they stopped using them, they gained all the weight back and more. And what if you have to continue using them so you can maintain your weight loss? Well, don't you think that if you continue using those injections, you increase your risk of experiencing at least some of those horrible side effects? Well, logic says yes. So why is that a problem? For health, they don't improve our health. No. And for our weight, we gain the weight back. Why? Because we didn't change. Because we didn't change. No matter how you go about it, here's the truth, the undeniable truth. Food is medicine. Food can be poison. So unless we start using food as medicine and stop using food to poison our bodies by overeating, by making choices that make us feel bad, that are unhealthy, nothing will change. And I know the people watching this in our community know that a drug cannot solve the real problem. It only smoothens out the symptom for a little bit, but it doesn't solve the problem. And the problem is why we eat, how we relate to food, what food means to us, what we believe it offers us, how we use food. In other words, our food programming. If we have learned in our lives to use food as a means to cope and self-soothe and eat our emotions and cope with boredom and really put our health and our self-care to the bottom of our list, then no drug will fix that. And you already know this. So the only solution is to fix the problem, not the symptom. And the problem is our relationship with food. We have to use food as medicine. We have to start listening to our body. It's as simple as that. And when you make that change, guess what? Your habits change. You actually feel healthy and you're free. Your freedom lasts. So that's the big difference. And I know from our community, for example, our member Terry Edge, big shout out to Terry, she's amazing. And you can watch Terry's interview in our YouTube channel. So Terry used Wegovy. She lost, I believe, 25 pounds. And the moment she stopped those injections, within a couple of months, she gained 30 pounds back. We've had so many members using those injections, they gained the weight back. Why? Because the problem didn't change. We started treating the symptom, but the problem remained the same. But what happened after food freedom? Well, Terry said this: my taste in food completely changed. I am happier. I have energy. I don't have inflammation anymore. I enjoy food again. I enjoy social situations more. I feel good. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. Because like I always say, our weight is not the problem. Even our habits are not the real problem. Those things are symptoms of the problem. And our problem is what? Our food programming. How we use food. Think about it like this. Imagine you have a virus, okay? And you're unwell. And you have some symptoms like you're tired, you have fever, you have headaches, you're shaking in your body. You have all those symptoms. You can treat the symptoms. You're going to feel better for a little bit. But what happens when you don't treat the problem? The symptoms come back because we've been doing a surface solution. So the problem makes those symptoms reappear. And our relationship with food, it works exactly the same way. And everything works the same way. Unless we solve the root of the problem, which is our relationship with food, the symptoms will reappear. Our food habits that we don't like will reappear. Our weight, as a result of that, will reappear. So the solution is to fix the problem, our food programming. Does that make sense? So when you change your food programming, you experience freedom, you experience health, and you have a change that comes from inside, so you can sustain it. You feel good. This is something, once you make that change and you change your relationship with food, you change your food programming and lose weight in a healthy way, you develop a know-how that nobody can take away from you and that you can use in any time in your life. That's freedom. That's the goal. Not taking an injection that's unhealthy and makes the problem reappear. So injections don't work, or they work for a little bit, but at what cost? Our goal should be one, always, and that's freedom. Freedom, that's the goal. You can lose a little bit of weight with the injections, feel horrible in your health, risk horrible side effects like vision loss and everything else that's in that $2 billion lawsuit against Ozempic. You can risk all that, but the real problem is that the weight comes back and you're in the same place you were before. So the goal is food freedom. That's it. Because this is something that you always have and nobody can take away from you. So that's exactly why, because our members have been asking me about it, that's exactly why I created the CBQ Food Freedom Program, which is a complete 3-month weight loss program to lose weight in a healthy way, change your relationship with food, change your habits, and have lasting peace and freedom. So if you're interested in that, this is by invitation only. I'm running a free masterclass this Saturday to show you exactly what it means, exactly how food freedom works, why it can help you lose weight, whether it's 10 pounds or 50 pounds. I will show you amazing case studies from our members who had that success. And guess what? With food freedom, you can start reversing your diabetes, your type 2 diabetes, naturally. Because food is medicine. So if you want to learn more, type food freedom below and I will send you the link to register for the masterclass. And let me know in the comments, have you tried those injections? What has been your experience? Looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4 of our challenge, where we're going to talk about something deep, which is our beliefs about change. So if you believe I don't have time for myself, healthy food is expensive, I don't deserve to be healthy and free, tomorrow is the day. So see you tomorrow.